All right, is this thing on? It's currently the international break, which means I can't watch football. So I'm going to watch something else. I watch more than just football, but these are the sports that I'm watching this weekend. I'll talk about Formula One first. Personally, I'm a McLaren fan, so this season's going great because the Constructors' Championship is all and well done at this point. It's really just between Lando and Oscar. And it seems like McLaren know this, and they're just kind of letting them race, which is extremely fun to watch. Personally, I hope I'm leaning towards Lando, but I'll be honest, that DNF really hurt him. I believe Oscar is currently in the lead. I'm not sure by how many points, but anyway. By the way, that Hadjar podium last week was pretty crazy. I was not expecting that at all. All right, moving on to the U.S. Open. And yes, I'm watching both the men and the women's games. I think women's tennis is the most enjoyable women's sport. I'll stand by that. I don't care. Okay? I don't care. That's my opinion. Now, I'm actually recording this a day after the women's semifinal, and they were both fantastic matches. I wrote down some notes beforehand, and I did think Sabalenka and Anisimova were going to win, but I'm just very happy that this is the final because these are the two best hitters, I think, on the tour. They play very similar tennis. I mean, their serve is insane, and they're both amazing returners, so I think it's going to be a great match. I would be shocked if it ends in 2 sets. I think it's going to be Anisimova's first major victory. I just think the mental game for Amanda is just better than Sabalenka. As for the men's side, I think both semifinals are going to be blowouts. I'm recording this about an hour before the first semifinal for the men's side. I believe it's Alcaraz, Djokovic, and I think both are going to be blowouts. It's going to be Sinner and Alcaraz again. It just is. That's just how tennis goes at this point. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I actually think that's a fantastic thing because every time these guys play, it is an absolute war. Now, I haven't really been watching tennis super consistently since like about a year ago. But I was watching tennis back when the big three were playing. But I think that Roland Garros final was the best tennis match I've ever seen, at least live. I know Wimbledon 2008 is up there, but for me, Roland Garros 2025, pretty good. As for how that might go, I do think Sinner is going to win this one, though. I just think he's hitting the ball so much harder than everybody else. It just seems like nobody can hit winners against him as well. Like even drop shots, he's getting to them so easily. His reach is unbelievable. Either way, I think there's going to be a good match. I think Djokovic, to be fair, I think Djokovic Alcaraz has the opportunity to be a really good match, but I do think Alcaraz is going to win easily. And also, I will be watching some egg ball, as they say. So American football. Now, I do watch American football quite a bit, so I'm going to try to make some season-long predictions. I know the season technically started last night with Dak Prescott getting spit on, literally and in the scoreline. I'm gonna throw out some long-term predictions here. MVP, I got Joe Burrow. They're going to have to rely on him again this season to be good. I don't think the defense is very good. He's going to have to throw the ball. And if they want to make the playoffs, it's going to be through Joe Burrow. Defensive player of the year, I'm going with Will Anderson Jr. of the Houston Texans. I think the Texans are in for a bounce-back year along with C.J. Stroud, and I think the big part of this is going to be their pass rush. I think Will Anderson Jr. he's just a monster. As for rookies of the season, I was really in between. I was really torn between Omarion Hampton and Abdul Carter. So I'm going to be lazy, and I'm just going to say Omarion Hampton, Offensive Rookie of the Year, and then Abdul Carter, Defensive Player of the Year. These guys are both going to have instant impact on their team, and they're both studs, bro. They're going to be absolute monsters right out the gate. some underperforming teams. I have the Lions. Yeah, I think the Lions will underperform this season. Losing both coordinators is not easy. I just don't see the Lions having as good of a year as some people might think. Another team underachieving is the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think Aaron Rodgers is absolutely washed, and that's about it. That's really all of this take has in it, and it's all it really needs because that's what most people's trust is in Aaron Rodgers, and I have honestly zero trust in Aaron Rodgers. Third team on here, I do think the Washington Commanders will be a little bit lackluster this season. I think they're going to look a lot like the Houston Texans did last season. Huge breakout season for Jaden Daniels last year, but I think he's going to hit a sophomore slump. I do. He's a smaller quarterback. If he gets hit the wrong way, he might go down for multiple games. We saw it last year. He was dealing with a back injury. It could flare up again this season. So I got the Commanders on there. Now some overachieving teams I think are going to do a little bit better than what people think. Number 1, the Carolina Panthers. Okay, I am Bryce Young pilled. Okay, I think this team will be better this season for sure than they were last year. It's going to be hard to do worse than they did last year, to be fair. I think they got a stud wide receiver in Teteroa McMillan. He's going to be a monster out the gate, and I think Bryce Young is going to take a jump. Another overachiever is the Seattle Seahawks. I believe in Sam Darnold. This is a renaissance we've never seen before. I believe in Jackson Smith and Jigba, and I believe in this team. Giants, okay? I know, okay, I don't think the Giants will be that good, but I think they have some really nice young players. I think Russell Wilson is an upgrade on whatever they had last season. I think their offensive weapons are actually pretty good. Malik Neighbors, Tyrone Tracy. I think these are decent options as well. I think their defensive line is going to be nasty with Abdul Carter. He's going to be a beast. They're going to be a risky team, whoever plays them week on week. And you know, why not? Let's add some predictions for week 1. Actually, I have some betting lines, okay? Some betting lines. You know, gambling's very popular here in America, okay? For week 1, they're all underdogs, okay? I picked 3. They're all underdogs. Number 1, the Seahawks getting a 1.5 hosting the San Francisco 49ers. I just think the Niners might be a little bit overrated, just a little bit overrated. McCaffrey popped up on the injury report again yesterday. Last season can tell you that we don't really know what's going on with Christian McCaffrey, and I believe in this Seahawks team a lot more than other people, so I think getting a 1.5 is pretty easy money at home. I also got Texans +3 at the Rams. Away underdogs on the first game of the season. Pretty tough. Okay, I'll take that one. That's going to be a really tough game, but I think the Texans can really trouble the Rams, especially in the passing game. I think Stafford is not going to want Will Anderson Jr. running at him on every step back. And again, I think C.J. Stroud is just going to bounce back from what he was last year. Nico Collins is amazing. I think their run game is very questionable right now, especially with Joe Mixon being out, but I think they're going to find a way and they're going to beat this Rams team. Last game I have the Jets +3 against the Steelers. Yes, this is going to be a very fun game to watch. Okay, this is kind of like a revenge game for Aaron Rodgers, but I don't think he's going to live up to it. Justin Fields and Aaron Rodgers going against former teams, but this is also like the lowest point total of the week in terms of like betting. I think the over-under is like 36 or something like that, like super low. And I'm getting a field goal with the home underdog. Like, I'll take that, bro. That's easy money. +3, Jets versus the Steelers. Those are my 3. That is going to be all the stuff that I'm watching this weekend. No football, but hey, going to have to make it work, all right? We will be there.